right on, man.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here with your favorite, your all-time number one best person we can ever ask for. The man that knows a lot about stories and creepy stories and horror things and whatnot. Please welcome. Hold on, where's that? Please welcome Noah.
Always good to be here, Brian.
And I appreciate you, Noah. I really do. Yeah. How you been, buddy? How you doing?
Good.
You're good?
Good. Nice and tired.
Nice and tired?
Mm-hmm.
You got a new job now, huh?
I do.
You're in EMS now?
Yep.
And then whenever you save people, you see ghosts just...
No, not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet. There's been plenty of dead people, but no ghosts.
Oh, you have seen, like, you know, dead...
Oh, yeah.
Ghosts.
There's been dead people already, for sure.
Really? So you do experience that? You see a dude that's like, he's breathing, and then, like...
Sometimes, yeah.
Like that, dude? I remember I had told... sorry. I'll get to that in a second. Thank our sponsors,
Correct.
which I don't have yet. I'm almost there though. I'm actually pushing for one. We're not pushing, but I kind of have a couple in there.
All right.
I'm gonna get there. Hopefully, I'm just letting you know. I believe in myself, and I believe in you guys too. Let's see. So, okay, what I was trying to get at is, okay, what was I saying? Okay, so real quick, we'll talk about all that. I just wanted to jump the story. And a while back, no one checks this out, and nothing too crazy. It's just I know a guy that's he's a EMT, and we talked about because it was me, my buddy, and that guy, and I was asking him, I was like, hey man, so you're an EMS, whatever, EMT, whatever, and ambulance and whatnot. He had told me that. I had asked him. I asked him. I was like, hey, have you ever seen a man die or someone die? He's like, yeah, and I was like, what's the experience? What is it like? He's all like, oh, well, it's just, I'm saying, he's breathing and then he's not, and that's it. And I don't know, I didn't think of it like that. I thought it was more like, oh no, save him, and he's dead. It's like heartbreaking. I thought that's how it was. You know what I mean? But I think he brought up like, oh no, if it's someone it's a little different. But I was just like, is that how that works? It's just,
yeah, man. I mean, it's
not.
It's different, definitely being like in a room or like in the back of the truck with a dead body.
Yeah.
Because like it's, it used to be a person that had their own life, their own experiences and everything, and then now they're just like, it's just nothing.
Yeah.
And you definitely get desensitized for sure.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be a little different though if you know the person.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. It'd be way different. But like you start to see patients like every day, and then it's just kind of like, okay, let's treat them, and then after like as soon as you drop them off and transfer care, it's kind of like time for lunch, time for dinner, gotta go take a shit.
Okay. So it's nothing like, oh no.
Well, some people are. There's tougher calls than other calls. Yeah. But
okay.
I mean, for the most part, you gotta have like a healthy mindset.
Okay.
You gotta have good mental health.
Okay. Do you ever did they give you a rehab and all that? Like, oh hey, we're gonna take you to just to kind of
every now and then, yeah, you can do stuff like that.
Heck yeah, oh, I thought they did it for you. Like,
oh, it's not really regular.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah.
Because I know with police, military, they have that. They have that little therapy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Police officers don't. That I know of.
I don't think so either.
So I figured y'all would for some reason, like, oh, here's a video and a relaxing video, and here's a therapist just in case.
No, that's every now and then, especially if you need the help too. They'll get it for you.
Oh, okay.
They'll get you help.
That's good, man. That's just kind of how. Because like for me, if I were an EMT, I've seen some things. I figured I need a break. You know what I mean? And then hey, I need to go get some help real quick. You know what I mean? And then come back. I just didn't know if that was offered because I would need that if I went that route. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, there's like suicide hotlines and all kinds of like anonymous hotlines to call.
That's good, man. Okay, that's good though. And then you're good on that though.
Oh yeah, no, I'm in it. I'm in it for the long haul, man.
That's good, man. So you went from hospital to driving EMSs and all that now. I mean,
driving the ambulance. Yeah,
ambulance. Okay, dude. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, it's really awesome. Is
it? Hey, where do you go? Do you go from counties? You go just all Deaf Smith, or how does that work? Yeah,
it just depends. If anybody else actually needs help around, like if way over there by the county line, where it goes from Deaf Smith to Randall, like you can get a call there pretty easily if they're tied up.
Oh, okay. So you go out of town too?
Yeah, you can for sure. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool, man. Palmer. Wait, what'd you say? Oh, Deaf
Randall.
Smith and then Randall. Okay. Okay, dude. Yeah, nothing crazy yet. Like I said, nothing like.
There's been some crazy stuff, but I mean
paranormal. I mean, scary.
Oh, paranormal, scary.
Yeah. Nothing yet.
I don't think anything happened to me, man.
Oh, okay. But you still haven't. But like I said, you haven't seen like a ghost.
No, not yet, man.
Okay, that's good. Real quick, I just wanted to go over what we're gonna do.
Go for it.
But anyways, let's talk about. Oh, that's right. Anyways, did you want to start, Ro? Did you want to talk about what did you want to?
No, go for it. You give me something, and we'll see what we do.
I'm trying to. I remember I gave you a script, and I completely forgot what it was, and I guess I deleted it. But it was no.
Oh, you know, I have it. You want to take a look at it?
Yeah, no. Go. You go ahead and look at it and start. Oh wait, I got it right here. So, just an introduction. So again, no, I got it. No, you're good. I pulled
You got
it
it?
up.
Okay.
Yeah, I pulled it up. You're good. So, real quick, dude. Starting off strong. Do you have any stories? Do you have any scary stories that you know? And so I figured, like in the your MT, I thought you finally seen something that wasn't there. You know what I mean? I thought you seen some things now.
I can't say things that weren't there. I mean, I've seen just like the things that were there. You know.
Okay. Do you have any?
I haven't seen anything paranormal yet.
Nothing yet. I thought you would though. I thought everyone that's like nurse, all that. I thought they would at least experience something. You know what I'm saying? I thought that's how it was. It wasn't like that at all.
No, I mean, everybody says there's different. They have their stories, yeah. But I mean, there's nowhere you can go like where I work, and they're like, if you go there, like you're gonna see this or this will happen there. Yeah.
So, what do you know so far? What kind of scary things that you know so far? What kind of scary things that you know that you know?
Anything or
Yeah,
like
anything that you can tell me. Because I just wanted to see what you knew.
I don't know, man. I don't know where to start. We could start anywhere.
Go for it. Because our last one was pretty cool. Everyone was all intrigued, and I was like, heck yeah.
Man, there's I know there's this one game, a game. It's called the Red Book game.
There's a Red Book game?
Or it's called the Red Book game. And it came from like a long time ago that people used to do. They used to play it with a Bible, though.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
oh,
so it's pretty well known. But the way you play is you get any red hardback book and a red candle.
Oh.
You put the book down, you light the candle, and what you're supposed to do is ask the book for permission to play the game. And you say, "Can I play your game?"
Oh, no.
And what you're supposed to do is close your eyes and then open the book, go to a random page, run your finger down. And when you stop on whatever you stop, you're supposed to read that sentence. If it's a positive sentence or it makes sense, then you can play. You can ask the book questions. And if it's a negative sentence or it doesn't make any sense, you can try again, or you can take it as a warning and don't mess around with the book.
What happens if anything you do something wrong?
Oh, it can lead to an attachment. It's basically like inviting something through the book, and it can lead to you having an attachment that can like leech off of you and hurt you.
Really? Oh my gosh. Bro.
So it's like it has rules to it when you're like trying to stop playing the game.
Yeah.
To stop playing the game, you do the same thing.
Okay.
You tell the book you want to stop playing. You ask if you can stop playing, and then you go to a random page, slide your finger, stop. And then if it makes sense, or positive, you can stop playing. And if it's not, then you have to maybe try again or take it as a warning.
Do you see anything at all? Is there something that you see?
Well, you're supposed to be talking to a demon when you're asking the questions and going through the book.
Oh my gosh, bro.
So you're not really stopping your finger. It's kind of stopping it for you where it wants you to land.
Oh gosh. And then that's it? That's what you see?
Yeah.
Oh man. And then to end it, what do you do? Just
you have to do like the same thing from the beginning, but it has to be a positive or like a positive sentence or make sense for you to actually stop playing. And if you don't stop it right, then you could have problems.
No, gosh.
You could end up having like a demon attached to you.
No.
Yeah.
Golly. I was looking at this story, Slender Man. You ever heard of that one?
Yeah.
You ever look into him at all?
A little bit, yeah.
Do you know much about him? Because I have a story to say about him.
No, go for it, yeah.
No, you go first. I don't know the whole definition.
I just know from when it came out in the games.
Oh, yeah? The little, you just pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah, man, I remember having that game in high school.
Oh, you were in high school? Oh, dude, I was in college. You just get these little things. And then it looked a little backstory. Apparently, he was like a demon. He stole children, all that stuff. And it was really popular. I don't know where it originated from, but it was very popular around that time. But what kind of like threw me off, I know this was all over the news. You had there was a little girl that two little girls that were talking about like they said that they had seen Slenderman, and Slenderman had told them both like, hey, you gotta kill someone, or I'm gonna kill you, or something like that, or I'm gonna possess you. I don't know how that went, but I remember just looking into that story, and that they brought this, and they're like 12. I didn't know that they were 12 little girls, right? And they had a little friend, so it was like 3 of them. So 2 of them they had a plan to get them together, and then get this girl and sacrifice her to Slender Man. But what the sad part was, like, you know, they're 12, you know, they're girls, you know what I'm saying? They're little girls, they're all, you know how it is. And then the sad part was, like, you know, they got together, they did their own thing, they were having fun, sleepovers, you know, so they just essentially just everything was just normal, you know what I mean? So the 2 girls were like, all right, one of them got a knife, and they were like, hey, let's go in the fort, let's go into the woods, let's go do our thing, right? The sad part was that you know, one of the girls had pushed her, like pinned her down and started stabbing her. I think it was 13 times, I believe.
It was a lot. It was a lot, actually.
It was a lot. And then, keep in mind, then just stab, and then once they did all that, they ran away. They walked towards his mansion, Slender Man's mansion. And the sad part was that girl was laying down, and she was just bloody, like just blood everywhere. But the crazy part to me, because I thought she died. I thought she was dead right there.
Right.
Apparently she survived. Like she got up and she started walking towards wherever I guess she was just trying to walk. I guess they found, I don't know, just walking, just, you know, stumbling, walking, whatever. And then a cyclist had, you know, saw her, and then they called the ambulance, and they were saying stuff like, oh, well, we're gonna, you know, we'll save her. And they saved her and everything. And then they told her who it was and who stabbed her. And then after that, they had found the girls like a couple hours later. And then they had we did it for Slender Man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the part was, you know, they got arrested. The girl survived. The little girl survived. Again, that threw me off because I thought she died. Right. But when she survived, it was like, oh, wow. And then they said that she was, the 2 girls that committed that crime, apparently, like, they had, like, schizophrenic and all that, you know what I'm saying? But could it have been Slender Man? You know what I'm saying? Maybe. It's just crazy. You know what I mean? So that's kind of, to me, I just thought it was a sad story, but that's kind of creepy, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, it's...
So, and things crazy. Like that, even how you say, you know, was it Slender Man? You know, even if it wasn't, that doesn't mean that one of them or even both of them are messing with stuff they shouldn't be messing with. And then demons are always so... They're like tricksters, man. They're tricksters. So like when you're asking for, like, I want to speak to my mom or my dad that's passed away, and a demon is acting like it's them, they can sound like children. They can sound like different people. They can sound like you. They can impersonate you. You know, maybe it was just a demon saying it was Slenderman or whatever. They're so obsessed with it like that. And they really, I remember hearing that. I remember watching them on the news, and I remember watching them get sentenced. I don't remember what they got sentenced to. But I do remember watching that. Yeah,
it's crazy, huh? That is crazy. But that's just stuff like that, like Slender. Like, I know I've seen videos of, like, and this was like early 2010s, where you see videos of actual Slender Man doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I couldn't really tell you much about that guy. That's just kind of creepy, though.
That's very creepy, man.
Oh, yeah. But do you remember? No, I remember this one. Do you remember? No, last episode we talked about La Llorona. You remember that? And you got real scared because you had brought it up. You had brought it up, and then you were talking about it, and I was like, oh, cool. I did some research on that because I was trying to figure out, like, growing up in a Hispanic household, everybody knew the La Llorona, but nobody taught me that. My dad didn't teach me that. I even asked him, I was like, who is that? And he was like, it's a woman, you know what I'm saying, a witch, demon, whatever, a ghost. And I just looked into it because I was like, oh, okay, well, let me see what happened. And then this backstory, just, okay, this woman, man, I don't know the whole thing because there was 2 separate ones that I read, but basically the man cheated on that woman, and then that woman got so mad that, because they had kids together, well, she got so mad that she drowned her kids. When she drowned her kids, you know, she regretted it, and then she killed herself. I guess she drowned herself. And then it is said that at night in the near the rivers or waters, that lady is looking for her kids on the other side of the world. So that kind of like made me think, like, okay, so Noah was talking about her. So I was all like, what were you doing, buddy?
So I think especially children, they use that to scare the kids, you know,
Yeah,
tell them if they're bad that she'll come and get you because she's looking for her kids. She's looking for kids, yeah.
Yeah.
And that she'll come and get you.
Were the guys telling you at work back then, like, hey, don't do that. She's going to come get you.
Yeah, and I was making fun of it and saying all kinds of shit. And then I definitely got a warning. And I was like, I won't even say the name anymore.
No, you good.
I won't even say it, man.
No, that's scary, though, dude. That really is. Because, like, going, no, I ain't doing that. But, hey, I don't know.
Because what people don't get, people think it's like the movies. Mm-hmm. You know, they think it'll be in your house and like jump out behind the mirror or something like that. That won't happen, man. It'll be like in a form of like a car crash where you get sick, like some crazy sickness too. You know, like it'll just happen like that, real sudden and be deadly, man. Yeah. And that's how it happens. That's the form it really takes.
Yeah, that's how it is though. But yeah, that's one of them that kind of like it just made me think like, oh, you know what did he do? But it was just that. Just kind of a little coincidence that happened. You know what I'm saying? But, oh well. Anyways, what's another game that you can tell me?
Another game, dude. Everybody knows this game. I think even maybe you brought it up. Have you ever heard of the elevator game?
Oh, did you look that one up after all?
Oh yeah, dude. I've been super into it. I remember I had always been watching a lot of videos when it became popular. I think in like 2014 or something like that. Yeah. I had always been watching videos on it, and like I was just so curious because it has a lot to do. Like the whole point of the game is getting to an alternate dimension.
Oh God. Yeah, no, I looked that one up too. That one was the one that I looked up the most. So,
what do you think about that,
dude? Okay, so hallucination. First thing that came to my mind, but it's crazy how the way you play it. You go to you find a building, a large building, 10 stories high. You know what I'm saying? And the way you play it is, you know, you have to play by yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's people don't understand. You have to play by yourself. The next thing you do is, you know, you get in the elevator and you got to go a certain levels of numbers, but the one you do, it goes from you go from the 4th floor, the 2nd floor, the 6th floor, the 2nd floor, and the 10th floor, and then you go to the 5th floor. But then the trippy thing is when you go to the 5th floor, you'll see a lady, and that's what like scared me. Is like you see a lady there. Apparently that lady's supposed to be like, hey, is there, like trying to interact with you. But the thing is, you're not supposed to talk to her. You're not supposed to see her. You're not supposed to look at her. You know what I'm saying? Yep. You're supposed to just, nope. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to just do this. You know what I'm saying? She's gonna be behind you while you're playing the game, and then hold on. And then after that, you're not supposed to look. But here's the thing, like, and then you're supposed to, and then you go to the 1st floor, and then you go to the 1st floor, and then. How does it go? I'm not sure after that, but okay, lady, and then.
So after the lady comes in,
yes, that's right.
You go to one last floor, and that's like your chance to quit the game.
Okay, there you go.
You have a chance to quit right there if you walk out, but if you don't, you stay in. You go to like another floor after that, and then after that, that's when you can walk out and be into an alternate dimension.
So I'm trying to remember basically, but what you're saying is like it goes. Whatever, I forgot how specifically it went, but you go to if you go to the 1st floor, you played the game wrong, you just leave. You know what I'm saying? You leave, don't look back, whatever. But if it takes you up to the 10th floor, then that's when you go to the 10th floor, and then the doors will open, and then you see apparently like just the opposite, just a new dimension.
Yeah, it's supposed to be noticeably different.
Yeah, and they said that you see. Apparently, it's supposed to be like a reverse place. You know what I'm saying? A reverse. I don't know. It's a trip,
and you can explore the world.
Yeah, but then they said that they seen like just differently. You know what I'm saying? The same area but differently. But they said that like in the window or from a distance you see like a red cross. A lot of that. And then in order to leave, you know, so you get back in the elevator, and then you just, you know what I'm saying?
You have to do it all over again in the same elevator.
Yeah, and then you can go home. And I was like, no, hell no. I saw stuff like that, dude. And I was like, I ain't doing it. But I mean, I don't know. They say it exists. I mean, do you think?
So I think maybe I know alternate dimensions are real. That's for sure. That's just fact. But can you get there just going by certain floors in the elevator? Doing that's definitely got to be like something demonic. I think something demonic that will take you there if you're willing to do that. Yeah. But then I don't know. Like, is it worth it? Yeah, right. If you ever did it and came back, who's gonna believe you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wonder, you know, if you go I wonder where you would end up. You know what I mean? You know, speaking of alternate dimensions, dude, I heard, there's a story about this one. So there's this, I guess, a young lady. I'm assuming like a hippie. So this girl, what she did was she takes not mushrooms, I guess you would say, and she would take mushrooms, and then they said she said she went out naked and she's gonna go on a spiritual hike. You ever heard that story?
I've never heard of her.
So this girl took, she took drugs and she like I said, she got real naked and she said, I want to go on a spiritual journey. I'll be right back, guys. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then she went missing. And then she just straight up went missing. You know what I'm saying? And they took days, but they could never find anything about her. You know what I'm saying? They don't know where she went, what happened to her. And then some are speculating, but, well, they're saying that she probably got kidnapped or someone. But, like, it's just weird because, like, another theory was, like, when she must have went to a new dimension. You know what I mean? And she just never came back. You know what I mean? But I don't know how that would be. I don't know how that would work. But that just kind of tripped me out. You know what I'm saying?
So for me, there's a lot of drugs that people speculate that take you to an alternate dimension, but it doesn't ever take your body. It takes like your consciousness, like your soul,
Oh, okay.
That's what leaves to an alternate dimension. So she probably just got murdered. Straight up. She went walking around high on mushrooms and maybe had a good trip, maybe had a bad trip or fell somewhere. And she's probably still right there wherever she fell.
Decaying.
Or got taken, yeah.
That's scary.
It probably wouldn't be very hard to scoop her up.
Oh, man. That's kind of crazy. But, yeah, dude, I saw that and I was like, nope. So that's another thing. Bigfoot. So I know we talked about Bigfoot last time, but, like, that's another thing that didn't make sense is that nobody knows where Bigfoot is, right? And I had talked about, like, he's like a gorilla, like a creature. He's just everything, all the sightings and all the evidence is all there. Like, oh, he exists, he doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? But the only problem is that, oh my gosh. All right, let me start over. You got Bigfoot, and he's it's like a gorilla form, like a human. You know what I'm saying? They kept trying to, like, okay, he doesn't exist. You see sightings of him. The Native Americans see sightings of him. All kinds of stuff. And then they when they find video footage of him, like, they just kind of like look like, you know what I'm saying? This can be fake. This is fake. You know what I'm saying? Just put on a gorilla suit on. And I had told you that they imitated everything he did, but his knees was different. It wasn't the same as like a human can walk. You know what I mean? And it was just bent. And they tried repeatedly trying to, like, okay, we can't. That's the only thing that we can't imitate, you know what I'm saying? So then they kind of speculate, like, is he exist? Is he real? And then some people are actually thinking that he can travel to a new dimension, you know what I'm saying? Which is why they can't find him. They're saying that at will, if he wanted, he can just go to another place and he can just come back whenever he wants. Not just him, but maybe other species, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever that's out there, you know what I'm saying? They can go and come. So that's why I'm thinking, like, does a dimension exist? You know what I'm saying? Is there a portal out there that you can go through and go out? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now another portal that I remember is there was a man, I forgot what country, but there was a man out there that he had said that he was in his kitchen.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah, in his kitchen. He opened his little drawer on the bottom, where the sink's at, and then it was like a little portal. And then when he walked, he just crawled in there and he went in there and he was in the future. He was like in 2010, 20, whatever, how many years he was in the future. But he saw himself in the future. He saw himself and he got his phone and he recorded himself. And then it was him. And then he even showed his tattoo to the guy. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And they were saying that he was saying that that's him in the future. They took photo, like they just.
He had a YouTube video.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then next thing you know, he went back to our dimension, apparently. You know what I'm saying? So now again, it's a trip how there may be a dimension out there. It exists? Because it's possible that this was what, 2000?
It was a while ago.
It was a while ago, 2000 something, but
maybe 12
probably. And then so now it's like, okay, so now we're here like, okay, I can obviously be like, you look kind of like me, get this fake tattoo, you know what I'm saying? That's possible. Or is there really a dimension out there? You know what I'm saying? So now it just kind of like makes me think, like, is there a dimension? You know what I'm saying? That's a trip.
That guy, The thing was with the tattoo. They had the same tattoo on the same arm.
Yeah.
They look alike, but he's way older. But why not pull out the driver's license?
Oh yeah, true.
Or any kind of ID or like anything like that, you know? Or like show you have the same social or something like that, you know? But now it's funny you bring that up. So what do you think? How do you consider time travel and alternate dimensions?
Okay.
Are they the same? Are they different?
To me, they're different.
Okay.
To me, I say that because just opposite new world. How do I say? I'm going this is the route I'm at right now. But like if I were to make a change, this would be this maybe. Or
I see what you're getting at.
but then the time travel thing would be a little different. It'd be like going back in time and then doing things. I don't know. That's actually a good question. I think about it. But I couldn't look what were we trying to get at though?
No, just some people say that time traveling is actually going to an alternate dimension. It's not actually going somewhere. It's not going back in time. It's actually just going to an alternate dimension where it is that time.
Yes.
At that current period.
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody's got their own opinion about it.
Were you going to lead to something in that?
So in the like alternate dimension in the time traveling, people think, like when you have deja vu or something.
Oh yeah.
Or like you just something like that. People say that's when you died in an alternate dimension. So they say one of your like alternate selves had just died at that moment or whatever. And so you've like officially lived past where they died.
Really?
And then, but also they say deja vu happens when someone does travel back in time or when someone changes something in time. And that's you're like remembering it from like, it's really tricky to explain because there's so many different kind of opinions how people say, but I mean, what do you think about that?
No, I thought this is how I thought deja vu was. So, for example, like we're being controlled. Like right now, we're laying down our human form or whatever selves are laying down, and then they're doing something. Oh, we messed up. Well,
Okay.
put it back, and then that's why we see deja vu. Or I don't know. That's a good one because like I'll have a dream about like this right here we're doing, and then what I'm saying now I'm sitting down and I'm like, why does this look familiar? You know what I'm saying? So that's like, I don't know, man, deja vu. And then like, I don't know how that would go though. I don't really experience that much. I never really thought about that, deja vu and all that. But that's just a trip to me though. You know what I'm saying?
So deja vu, and I mean, just depending on the way you look at it, it can be like a paranormal kind of thing.
Yeah.
And what's really convincing for me is when I know, like, not necessarily when I know, but when I remember what the people said, like what they're gonna say. Like, man, this moment seems like something like that's a deja vu, and then like you look towards a certain person to speak, and then they actually speak.
No. So I think that's a trip. But time travel. Do you believe in that though?
Time travel?
Yes.
Yeah.
You really do, huh? I do too. In a way, I do. Just the little evidence that we have on here. But again, Photoshop, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I don't. The photos of like those really old photos, and they say like someone's talking on the phone or someone's dressed a certain way. Like some of that stuff kind of misses it for me because I don't think people that are time traveling are tourists. There's probably certain people that's probably part of the government.
Oh, you think
whatever kind of government there is in the future, it probably is. Yeah.
Do you remember Project Pegasus?
No, what is that?
Apparently, there's a group of scientists that created a portal, and they had asked this guy to come on and, hey, we want to do this experiment. We wonder if we can bring you in, and he came in, and we're gonna time travel. We're gonna take you back to, I believe, 1950, 40, back in the early 1900s. And what he did is, he went in that portal. Like they made it somewhere. It's a government secret. I don't know how true it is, but like it was put him in a portal, and then after that he went. He's a child, but back in the old days, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
He's dressed like a kid, and apparently they took a photo of him, and then he goes up to him and say, "Hey guys, this is me." You know what I'm saying? I went back in time, and this is what I got to see. You know what I'm saying? But that was it. And that looking back now, I'm like, I don't know about that story, but apparently that happened. You know what I'm saying? Just a time travel. I don't know if time travel exists. I don't know how it's possible. I'm sure it does, but it just kind of makes me think about the Mandela effect. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know anything about the Mandela effect, but I do believe that time travel exists. I just don't know how. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so that's another thing with the time travel. People say the Mandela effect happens because people do time travel.
Oh, I thought it was when they mess with something.
Yeah, because they time travel.
Oh, okay.
So everybody remembers it a certain way, and then they go back in time and do something, and it changes, and then everybody collectively remembers it being different.
Yes. Yeah. The Berenstain Bears, whatever.
Yeah, probably like the most popular one.
The Fruit Looms. The what you want to talk about? The underwear brand.
Fruit Loops is really real, and so is the underwear one. Because I remember being like 7 years old in Walmart with the cornucopia and Fruit of the Loom. I remember that shit, man. Yeah, that one's real, and it drives me crazy.
It had the little, what was that the basket, whatever?
The cornucopia.
Oh, that's the cornucopia. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, it's there, and it's not. And I'm like, I could have swore that was
it's supposed to be there.
So that's why I'm all here. Oh, it's Febreze. It was FR.
Yep, I saw that one too.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just FREBEZ. It was 2 E's, not one. And I was just like, that doesn't look right. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That to me, that tripped me out. So So you're saying someone went back in time and they did this, and then there we go.
Who knows? Or maybe just because they did travel back in time.
Yeah, there was a really famous story about that. There was a guy that was trying to look into time traveling. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to make a portal of his own, and so what happened was they found him. And they were like, hey, you're tampering with this, you know what I'm saying? So then they locked him up, and then they released him, and then he went back home. But what happened was whenever he went back home, he went missing, and they never found him. But they had found like a news article of like the early 1900s of a man in a barrel in the ocean. And then they said that they found his shoes like modern.
Oh,
and
really?
That's when they were so they're thinking that. They found him, they killed him, and then they put him in a
they
barrel.
killed him and then sent him back in time. They killed him back in time.
Yeah, they either maybe time travelers had killed him, or they found someone had killed him and put him back in time, and those guys back then found his body. But again, that they did not. You know how stories are. You know what I'm saying?
But that's insane, dude. To think to be killed and then sent back in time and then killed back in time.
Yeah,
that's so fucked up.
That's crazy, huh? And there was another one similar to that. That there was they in the Egyptian times they had found they had mummified somebody, but whenever they archaeologists now had dug up that body or they found that body, they noticed his shoes were modern. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I guess the 90s kind of, but it was tennis shoes. It wasn't like shoes. And they were all like, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? How'd they find this? How'd they find these? How back then, shoes like that didn't exist yet. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it must have been a time traveler. He got caught and then they mummified him and then he died. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what point of period he would be in, but they did find stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's just kind of a trip. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? You know how the Egyptians, maybe they already had technology like that or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. But for me, like removable, if you have a removable insoles from someone that was building pyramids, that's good enough for me. Yeah, that's good enough for me. That's time travel.
So yeah, those are the only stories I know about time travel. Like I couldn't really say that time travel exists. I mean, I'm sure it exists. But my question, I just want to know how. You know what I'm saying? How do you make a portal? You know what I'm saying? That's just kind of a trip to me. But I don't know. What are the ultimate dimensions? Do you know?
Well, so from the time traveling part, I think it might have been Tesla and Bill Gates. Tesla is like recorded. Nikola Tesla's recorded wanting to mess around with time travel, and out of nowhere, like all of a sudden, he's totally against it. Like hates it, condemns it, says it's useless. You know. Just is not about it at all. Yeah. And then Bill Gates is on record talking about time travel too, and he wants to, try it. He wants to make a portal or something, whatever. And then not too long later, he's totally against it, condemns it, hates it, says it's useless. It's crazy to think about, man. Like what happens when you do time travel, or I'm
pretty sure.
Is there some kind of like, maybe not side effect, but does something happen to you? Yeah. Do you see things?
Well, shit. I don't know. I'm trying to think. So so basically they found like they're taught they were invested and then they weren't. Is that what happened?
Not just they weren't like lost interest, but they were like condemning it. They were saying it's some terrible thing. Yeah, they were saying it's not worth it.
That's kind of crazy. But I mean, Because if you think about it, if you do mess with time, you mess with like the present. You know what I'm saying? But like, there's many ways, aren't there? Like if you were to like, so let's say I go back in time, and then let's say how would I put this? If I go back in time and did something, let's say I did something. Let's say I prevented you from being born. You know what I'm saying? If I come back here, like present time, would you still be here, or would you not? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
no, you just made sure I wasn't born.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but like if I came back, would you? What I'm saying is, would I mess up the timeline and it'd go this way, and then I go back to my timeline, and then
For sure, yeah, it would be messed up.
You're here and everything's normal, or would you just not exist? You know what I'm saying? It's hard to explain.
It would definitely be messed up, man.
Yeah, it's just hard to explain, but like, yeah, it's just, I don't know. Time travel is just it's a touchy subject, but there's just so much into it. It's a trip, you know what I'm saying? But
I think that's the best way to describe it. Is that it's a trip.
It's a trip. It's like you're so invested into it, but like it's just making my brain like doing this. You know what I'm saying? Because it's straight up. Because there's so much into it. You know what I'm saying? Because like it can exist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's times where it's like, oh, that's so cool. Maybe we can go back in time and invest in the lottery, and then you come here, and then hey, I'm rich. Yeah. Or you know what I'm saying? Again, like what if I go back in time, do the lottery thing, but I come back here and nothing happened. Another time, that guy got rich. Like myself on a different time got rich, but me here didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm all like, look, invested. You know what I'm saying? That's a trip to me, though. I'm glad you brought that up.
It is, man.
Okay.
It's a trip.
I know. And like Bitcoin, they were talking about this at work. Like imagine Bitcoin. Like imagine if you invested now. I mean, if you back then, and if we knew what we knew now, if we invested back then, how rich we'd be now. You know what I'm saying?
But then think about this: if you invested in it back then, maybe you might have ruined it, and then it doesn't become what it is.
True. Or if we have a time machine now, and then we go back in time.
But what if it only happened? What if it only blown up? Blowed up. What if it only blew up like it did because of everything that had already happened, and then you go do it and it doesn't blow up?
Oh well, how would that work? Can you describe that more?
Yeah, because then you didn't do it at that time, back then, the first time when it happened.
Yeah.
And then you go back, maybe you buy so much, so little, whatever happens, your part in it makes it not blow up.
Yeah. Well, I guess.
Did I just make you really sad?
Yeah, kind of. But, that's all good.
Or you go back and you buy 10,000 Bitcoin, for like 30 cents, and then you're set for life after that.
That'd be so
Another
cool.
20 years.
Man, well, yeah, that's time travel. Do you know any other stories of time traveling?
Of time traveling? There's people that time travel, but like I think it's pretty, I wouldn't say common, but I would say the stories I hear of regular people time traveling are in airplanes. And so one guy was like, I think he was a World War II pilot, and he was flying, and he went through a bunch of clouds and stuff, and like just couldn't see, like a lot of turbulence. And then when he came out, it was, I think he said it was, oh man, I don't know if he said it was like medieval. Oh, wow. It was something like, it was like way, way back in time, and that he was flying through like that. And I can't remember what civilization it would have been, but then people say, or whatever people were researching, that there was like some kind of hieroglyphics, kind of like not cave paintings, but like what do you call it, like a sculpture. And it was like it shows like, it looks like an airplane, it looks like a spaceship and stuff like that. And they're like, was that the same guy that flew through over the civilization and they saw and then carved it into a wall?
Oh wow.
There's stuff like that. There's like, I think there's more than a few of the pilots that have like time traveled while flying.
You know what? You have time travel. You were saying something about alternate dimensions, right? So I think one of the stories that I remember was that what would have happened if, what I'm saying? I don't know if this would be considered what we're talking about, because there's the time travel and then alternate dimensions. So if the Civil War, what if the Confederacy won? Would that be considered an alternate dimension? Would you say that? Would that be considered like, okay, well, that changed, that what originally happened didn't happen?
Are you saying if maybe you went somewhere and that was the case, or if that was the case right now.
No, that was the case right now. Where not us going back. Just if that was the case right now, where the Confederacy just won. You know what I'm saying?
So then, if that was the case right now, we would be talking about an alternate dimension where the Union won instead.
Yeah. What?
So it would just be normal for us, and then we would be like talking about what it would be like if the North won.
So it's because originally the Union won, which is the North. They beat the South. Okay, and that was the original. But
yeah.
What?
No, just like the way you say it, the original.
That's the original timeline. That's the original what happened. You know what I'm saying? That's what really happened, and this is where we're at now. But what tripped me out was what would have happened if the Confederacy won. So now what kind of threw me off was like if the Confederacy won, America would be a split. It would be split. You know what I'm saying? Or it would have been divided into three, is what they speculate. You know what I'm saying? So you have your Union, your Confederacy, and I don't know what would happen on the left, but I think it would be its own. So it would have North, South, and then the West. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be divided into three. So America would essentially be divided into three, and then we would have our slavery would eventually ended. You know what I'm saying? And then if you go and then we would have had the Union would have been the Union, like the North, like New York City and all that stuff. It's possible that those states. The states that were the Union there, they would have stayed. Well, they would have, everything would have stayed the same, except everything would just be split. And then slavery would have been ended already. I mean, it was going to end either way. But it would just trip me out. Like, Germany would have been, World War II probably wouldn't have happened. But what tripped me out was, the Confederacy, the southern states would have been, we would have been allied with Germany, you know what I'm saying? And then the northern states would have been allied with England and all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? So that just kind of made me think okay, that would have been, what would you consider that? And what would you consider that? Just a different timeline or a different world? How would you explain that? How would I explain that? What would that be called is what I'm trying to ask.
I think you would just be trying to explain it as an alternate dimension that happened. Which, I mean, if you do believe in alternate dimensions, it has happened.
It hasn't happened. What would you mean by that?
If you believe in alternate dimensions, there is a dimensional world out there where the South won and the North lost. And there's a dimension where we didn't win World War I or World War II. You know, they didn't beat the Germans in making the nuclear bomb. All that's always happening. Yeah, stuff like that's always happening.
I wonder. No, I was cool. That'd be cool though if you can see all that from that point. If you can actually see that through a mirror, it's like a time traveling mirror, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, but if you could see that, how would that change it? How would that change life for you?
Oh, it'd just be what would have happened? You know what I'm saying? For example, I think if German would have won, then America would have been Germanized. You know what I'm saying? It would have been It would have been American culture. American culture is kind of everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But if Germany would have won that war, it would have been more.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a democracy. It'd probably be a fascist nation.
Yeah, it would have been. You know what I'm saying? The German now. So now we're.
But then, if you could take a peek, if you could take a peek right now, how would that change your life?
Oh, I would just be amazed. You know what I'm saying?
But would you
It wouldn't change me anything anyway.
It wouldn't. So you would still go to bed.
Yeah.
Wake up, go to work, come home, pay taxes, buy groceries.
Yeah.
Still live, pay your rent. Would you still do that?
Yeah.
Would you still make a podcast?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like I said, I just wanted to see.
So for some people, they'd probably just kill themselves.
Oh, really?
And go crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
What for though? How? I mean,
because their minds can't comprehend it.
Oh, really?
They can't handle it. It would how would that change your view on religion? You know, if you're Catholic or something, and you believe in God.
Yeah.
But then you can look at another dimension of how life is playing out. I mean, you might just give up. You might just think it's pointless.
Yeah. I never thought of that. But that's kind of crazy. Yeah, that's a trip, though. I think that was pretty interesting. But I don't know. That's kind of trip. I'm scared now.
It gets sad and scary pretty quick.
But it really does, though, because now, I got me thinking oh, wow. Oh, my gosh, bro. What the heck? Oh, I can't live like this no more. This is what would have happened. I don't know. Yeah,
it'd be what's the point if that just happened? If that's a whole nother world and look, maybe you got killed, maybe your parents died so you were never born or something like that, or maybe you were hit by a car when you were 2 instead of this one time when I was 2, I almost ran in the street and got hit by a car.
That's kind of crazy now I think about it, but I don't know. Hey, we're going to go to a quick break real quick, okay? And then we'll thank our sponsors.
Right on.
This video is sponsored by. Okay, still don't know sponsors, guys. Stop expecting a sponsor because I still don't have one.
We're gonna get there, man.
We'll get there.
We'll get a sponsor.
Me and Noah are gonna get there. Oh, also, I forgot to tell y'all guys this. I'm starting a second channel just for all you guys that just are curious. I am starting a completely different channel. This one, we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. We have my original the B-Rise show. Okay. I'm gonna start posting the B-Rise show clips. And on this one, we're going to have short videos on our YouTube channel. So if anybody is following me from that, all these short clips, all these good edits, they're going to be on that second channel. So y'all are welcome to follow that. Link in the description down below. I'm just letting you guys know because I know a lot of you guys are, some of you guys are, actually most of you guys are from short format videos and y'all like that instead of these long format, which is fine. You're good. But if y'all want just the short content about that, man, go ahead and follow that one. I'm gonna have every Monday I'm gonna have a video on that one, and keep your eyes out for October because that one's gonna get pretty wild. We're gonna get my video editor very busy that month. We're gonna be very busy that month.
You know what we should do for October? We should do like a Spooktober, man. Do a podcast somewhere scary.
We should. I was even thinking just get a different background, turn off these lights, and then just put red or something like that.
Now let's go somewhere scary, man. Let's go to a haunted place and do a podcast.
God, did you want to? I'm down. Another thing I wanted to do was kind of ask people like, hey, can y'all submit y'all's scary stories so we can, you and I, or get someone to read them, and then we'll do some sick edits with those. That's kind of what I was thinking too. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Just hey, just tell me a scary story and tell me a scary story and put it on paper or something, and then we'll just read off a script, and then when we read or whatever, we'll just. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I'll get my video editor to be like, okay. And then he'll you know how you've seen those, right? You've seen those edits that he does. Yeah, I sent it to him.
What's his name?
His name is Ali Cameron.
Who?
Ali.
Ali?
Yeah. I mean, I'll link his...
Shout out to Ali, man.
Shout out to my boy Goku. I've known him through PlayStation. I play PlayStation.
That was sick, man.
Yeah, and then we've been friends since.
That's badass.
Yeah, he's a good guy, though. Shout out to my boy. Love you. Anyways, all right. So now right now we got in a road. We got in a crazy, you know what I'm saying, a crazy world.
We did go crazy.
Noah, can you tell me, can you go ahead and tell me, do you know another scary story?
Okay, so another scary game.
Yeah, game.
Some of these games are really stupid.
Please don't try them at home.
If you do try, I mean, it's on you. But
viewer discretion is advised.
Most of the games really don't have like a point or a reason to play.
Yeah. Other
than to try to give yourself a paranormal experience. Like the elevator game is trying to get to an alternate dimension.
Yes.
Which is basically not a good reason, but it's a reason to go try it, right?
Yeah.
So this one is called the Devil Face game.
Devil Face.
Pretty much all you do is take 12 black candles into a bathroom before midnight, light them all, close your eyes for like a predetermined amount of time, and when you open them, it's supposed to be the actual devil's face reflection in the mirror instead of your face. So you can see what the devil looks like.
Oh my gosh. What is that one called? Is that a simple one?
The devil face game. That's about as simple as it gets if it works for you.
No.
If it works for you.
I ain't doing that.
But I mean, what's the point of that, right?
Yeah.
What is the point?
You just see a devil and okay, that's it. But I don't know. It has to do with the mirror.
Yeah, and so I think we talked a little bit about last time about mirrors being like portals.
Yeah, I always think about that.
Mirrors can be portals to different worlds.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah. Well, there's that one before we get derailed again. There's that one. There's another one called the shower game or the bath game shower game. And this one is probably like the creepiest one for me. You're supposed to get in a shower, wash your hair. While you're washing your hair, close your eyes, and you recite a chant, like basically a ritual. And you say it a few times in a row over and over and over. And then like until you're done washing your hair. And you're supposed to open your eyes. And then after you open your eyes, there's supposed to be a woman like following you around from then on out. Not in the shower, but she's supposed to follow you around. And this is the game, is if you look directly at her, you won't be able to see her. But if you kind of just use your peripherals and keep looking over your shoulder, she's supposed to be there, just following you around. And the way you beat the game, this one's kind of dumb. Maybe it's just to make you look stupid. I don't know. But you're supposed to take your hand, running away, chopping your hand in the air, and repeating another chant. And that's how you win the game and get her to stop following you around.
What's this game called?
Like the shower game.
The shower
bath
game. I'm gonna
Yeah.
look this up. I didn't know. That one's actually a funny one. I didn't even think about that.
Well, it's still a demon, man. It's a demon following you around. You're conjuring a demon.
Oh my gosh, man. You got another one? Tell me another one.
Yeah, another
Please
one.
tell
So, well, actually, there's games and there's just plain old rituals. Like you can open a portal
Okay.
and like invite a demon, but you can try to keep it. You can keep it contained with salt, but you can invite a demon and like through a portal, conjure it, and like try to have it around and try to ask it questions and stuff. So people like that, people that do stuff like that are like not necessarily your Illuminati people, but they're people that want to like be famous.
Yeah.
They want to get rich real quick, without doing any work. There are people like that. But then what usually ends up happening is people conjure a demon, they get attached, they get possessed, and then their life just fucking sucks forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay away from like. I want to be like. Do you know the what's his name? Like Jay-Z, Beyonce, but I'm like, no,
Dude, yeah, all that shit, man. The Illuminati's real, man.
yeah,
That shit's real.
See, that I try to stay away from. I try to like not think about all that and try not to question all that because I'm sure it is real.
Oh, it for sure
But
is, man.
I just don't want to be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, what was his name? Kanye bringing all that stuff up, and I'm just like,
that fucking sucks.
no, I'm just like, oh, bro, what the heck? I better not. You know what I'm saying? But do you got two more games that you can, so what's the name? Games and rituals. What's the difference?
So rituals, I mean, the games are. You know what I was just thinking about, Brian? You know what you just popped into my head right now?
What?
What if games are a conspiracy theory by like demons and evil cultures to get people possessed?
You think so?
What if?
What if?
Because if you say, here's some rituals you can do, or you say, here's some games you can play, well, that sounds a lot less scary, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So
Kind of enticing, really.
So it's just game. Let's play this game.
Yeah.
And let's summon.
And we'll see something in your mirror, and then you get possessed.
That's kind of
What
true.
if, Brian?
You're right though. It does make sense, but I'm just kind of curious.
Well, here's one. Here's like probably the creepiest one for me personally. And I remember you brought it up the last episode too, but we didn't really talk about it. Is the hide and seek by yourself that you play with a doll?
Oh yes. I couldn't find that one. What is it called?
Okay, so I remember the rules for this one.
Okay.
I remember the rules for the hide and seek by yourself because it was really, really popular when I was like a freshman, sophomore.
Yeah.
There was like people trying it in Hereford.
Oh.
But I don't think anybody tried it right.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to get a doll that's filled with like cotton and stuff that you can tear out.
Yes.
You cut the doll open. You take out all the cotton, all the stuffing, whatever. You fill it with rice.
All right.
You fill it with rice, and then you cut one of your fingernails off and you put it in the rice in the doll. Then you take yarn and a needle. You sew up the doll, but you don't cut the yarn off. You leave the yarn like still the string and ball attached, and then sewed up. Okay. After that, that's when you go and you start playing hide and seek.
Yeah.
And you have to give it a reasonable amount of time to find you. And the finding you part is like the controversy,
Yeah.
because, if it finds you, you're supposed to die.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't find you, I forget how you're supposed to end the game.
Yeah.
But there's a certain ritual you have to perform. There's rules
Yes,
to
that's
these
right.
games. There's rules in order for you to end it safely.
Yeah.
Because what you're doing is you are not inviting a demon necessarily, but you are putting a demon in that doll. You are getting that doll possessed by a demon to play hide and seek with you in your house. And you have to play in your house, and you have to play alone.
Yep.
And that one for me is probably the creepiest.
That is creepy. I was trying to look for that story because I was going to bring that one up here too, but I couldn't find it. But thank you for actually bringing that up though.
No, yeah, that's one of mine. Like
that's a scary one though, dude.
One I stay away from.
So imagine you're hiding in the closet and it's chasing you. You know what I'm saying?
Well, for me, what I think is that if you are hiding in the closet and then like you come out and it's at the closet, like it found you.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll necessarily be running around for you. I think the demon will be just moving it. But you open the door and then you look down and the doll's there, and then what happens?
Yeah. Golly, dude. No.
Is it worth like risking your life?
No. I don't know what kind of people. I don't understand because like there's people that try that and I'm just like, dude, I gotta quit doing that.
Yeah. So then let's say the doll finds you, right? And it's not like the movies. You're like, oh shit, the doll found me.
Yeah.
but I'm still alive.
Yeah.
And then you take it all apart, you throw it in the trash, you know, you burn it, whatever. But then you start feeling not so good for like a couple days, and then you have like a random heart attack. You have a stroke. You get into like a real bad car crash and you get killed.
Yeah.
That's the kind of way I was telling you, like in the real world, that's how it'll like manifest itself.
Okay.
I guess you could say like bad luck too.
Yeah.
It would be more like bad luck for you, but that's why, you know, you're like cursed.
Yeah. That makes sense. That's creepy though, dude. Do you got one more before we move to conspiracy theories? You know a lot, or are you just trying to think? Are you just trying to remember?
No, these are ones I'm only really saying the ones that I remember like growing up with, you know, and have friends. One game, this is one I played and it scared the shit out of me because it worked. Do you remember like putting a piece of paper down and then putting 2 pencils on it? Putting two pencils, and then you would like ask questions for yes or no. Like you'd write on the paper yes or no, and then you'd ask questions and see which way it turned.
What's up, Charlie?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was Charlie. I forgot it was called that. Yeah.
Yeah. That one's a new one though, but like I thought that was just because you have all these, like this was back in 2012, 2013.
I'm telling you, it was a long time ago, right?
Yeah. So what do you know about that? Because I thought
I played it one time with my friend, the same friend I played the Ouija board with. Fucking stupidest shit ever. Jesus, don't ever do that. But we played it in her bedroom because she always said there was something in her bedroom. She said she would get ready in the morning and her closet was behind her bathroom. And in the mirror, she would always see like a black shadow just poking out, looking. And then like she would try to look at it, and then it would like just pop back in. So we played it in her room and it really worked, man. And it was so fucked up to see the pencil just start like that one's it's I wouldn't say relatively safe. It's not a good idea to be messing around with like paranormal stuff like that, but if there was a game you wanted to play to try to like elicit some kind of paranormal response, that would be the one I would play for sure. It would probably be like the safest for me.
That one's so easy to play. I never played it. I never tried it. I just remember being on YouTube. Don't play this game. And I'm like, okay, I won't. But
there would like be kids in the classroom trying to play it, and I'm like, it's not gonna work here because there's nothing here. It's not just like it's gonna bring a demon. You play it where there's something there, and the demon will manipulate it for you. Or maybe not demon, but just entity, spirit.
It makes sense though how you bring it, because just I don't know, it just makes sense how you bring it, like a demon doing it. It just makes sense. You know what I'm saying? To me, it does. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Like I said, it just makes a lot more sense. Just a demon, just kind of, you know, invisible, doing it for you. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I see it though. But
that could be the new conspiracy theory, man. Is that evil cultures and cults make these games, and they're actually just rituals for conjuring demons to get you possessed.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it just makes sense. But I don't know. We're moving on. But we're gonna move on to the conspiracies with Noah now, because Noah's really good with this one. Anyways, Noah, what do you got to say about next? I know you know a lot.
For conspiracy theories this time, what did we talk about last time? I'm trying not to repeat anything.
I don't remember Atlantis, and then I don't know. I just go ahead and when you bring it up, I'll remember. Like, oh wait, no, we talked about.
Okay, so here's a conspiracy theory I don't think we talked about. Did we talk about Martin Luther King?
No, we didn't.
So here's a good one, is that that the government had him assassinated.
Okay.
So Martin Luther King was asked by I'm not sure who it was exactly, but he was asked by his peers to be like the voice of their new, like I'm not gonna say revolution, that's a charged word, not revolution, but their new their new move. Okay. You know, their new movement. They asked him to be the voice because he was like a well-known person in the area.
Yes.
And he said no. He didn't want to do it at all. He really didn't want to do it. And they finally wore him down and convinced him to do it. And so he does it. He accepts to be like the face of it, right? Well, the government at the same time is like targeting him. The FBI back then, do you know like let's say like the reputation of the FBI like in the 50s and stuff, like the trench coat, the fedora, you know, like assassins, kind of like spies and stuff. Yeah. So this is kind of like, this is around the 60s anyways. So this is like that FBI. Okay. So the FBI is targeting him. And this part is fact, for sure fact, is that they didn't send it, but they left an envelope on his doorstep, and he comes home, he grabs it, he opens it, it's like a cassette. He plays it, and it's his voice having like phone sex with a woman, and like evidence that he's like cheating on his wife and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And that he's not like a pastor, or I'm not sure what he was exactly.
Yeah.
There was a pastor.
I don't know. I didn't know he was anything really.
Well, yeah, he's like affiliated with the church.
Oh, okay.
Something like a pastor. I'm sorry if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Might be wrong, but so it's like to ruin his reputation.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna ruin him, and they're like, if you don't stop, we're gonna put it out there, and people are gonna know about you. Well, it's fake.
Okay.
So he's concerned. He tells his wife. He's not like I'm not gonna say he's not threatened by it, but he's still like, they don't change his mind. They don't scare him enough, right? And they're always like harassing him like this. But then what they say the person who killed him, I forget his name all the time, but he buys a rifle. He's like part of the KKK, I think, or something like that. He buys a rifle with apparently a partner, and then they go to this city. I forget which city it was. I'm very forgetful on this one. But they go to, he's in a hotel that's catty corner pretty much, that shares like an alley or something with Martin Luther's hotel.
Yeah.
So he's scouting it out. He's looking for a place where he could shoot him outside of his room. He's looking in his room. He's like, I'm going to get this room. It'll be good. I'll do it from this room. Yeah. So he gets a room at the hotel. He has his rifle. He's going to shoot Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
And what happens is the day of it, he is actually, something happens with his room. Something happened where he couldn't do it from his room. So he goes to a bathroom down the hall that was perfect. It was even better than his room. And so he's in the bathroom. Martin Luther comes outside. He shoots him in the head. And then he runs out of the building, drops the rifle in the street, runs to his car in a parking lot, and drives off. Tries to go to the airport and tries to like flee the country. But the FBI, the police, they find the rifle. They get the prints. They get the ID. And then they catch him before he leaves the country in an airport. That guy.
Oh, wow.
So that's what we know. That's the story we know.
Yes.
What apparently really happened was there was a special forces sniper team in the city that's documented. It's documented that there was a special force sniper team in the city, and they're saying that's who actually killed Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah.
And they framed it on that guy, and they're saying they framed it because why would he drop his rifle? How would they get the prints? How would they get his ID so quickly? Yeah. And then catch him at the airport?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of that?
No. No.
That's like a really, I wouldn't say not well known, but it's just very interesting.
Yeah. No, yeah. Very interesting. That's a trip. No. You got any others?
Let's see. Another good one. Oh, here's a good one. I don't know if you've ever heard about this one. This is a conspiracy about, I don't know what it's called. There's a piece of your brain. It's a little tiny piece. And, it's like the piece of your brain that produces its own, like, MDMA, I think.
Okay.
Which is like a psychedelic drug. Okay. And so this is like part where people are going on trips and stuff. This is what they say the part of their brain is activating. Okay. So apparently the government does not want us to have this piece of our brain that can like produce like the psychedelics that lead to like, leaving to an alternate dimension and things like that. Yeah. So they say that's why they put so much fluoride in the water. Yeah. This is a fluoride conspiracy. So they put so much fluoride in the water because that calcifies that piece in your brain and just makes it like a tiny little rock. Wow. That doesn't work anymore, and it dries it up. And that's why the government puts fluoride in your water, not for your teeth.
Wow. No one knows too much. Careful, Noah. They're watching you.
If you ever know too much, then you'll probably be killed.
Yeah, probably.
Like there's another conspiracy, people that make engines or cars that can run off of water.
Okay,
they always end up
dying,
dead,
missing, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but that's crazy. That's sad though, bro. Because to me, I think it would benefit the economy. You know what I'm saying? I remember who invented the electric cars again? Tesla. Who invented that? What was the name?
Electric cars have been, I think Tesla had one. They've been around like since regular cars have been around. They actually have been.
They were trying to make them illegal in the United States. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe
they try to make them illegal.
It's tricky. The safety's tricky. When a electric vehicle catches on fire, one could catch on fire and the battery's on the bottom. The whole bottom's like a battery.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to extinguish. So you could like have it submerged in a tank and it would still be on fire.
Oh, that's why they were trying to like
maybe
similar, because like I thought it was because the oil.
Dude, anytime you mess with big oil or big tobacco, your people are probably gonna die.
Yeah. So that's why they didn't want to take business, because they want to keep.
They will lose business. They are losing business.
Yeah, and then they want to go to war over it and all this stuff. But no, what I mean is like the oil. They want to go war with oil, and they want more oil. They don't want to. They want to preserve all that oil. But I mean,
that's the funny joke is like if you have oil, America will be there to protect you. Yeah. No, you're not wrong, pal.
Yeah. So then that's why when they want to put electric cars, that takes away from the oil. The money goes in here instead of here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think honestly, for me, most people that own electric vehicles probably have combustion engines still. They still have regular vehicles.
Yeah. You ever tried a Tesla? You ever drove one before?
No, I've been in a couple.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
I think they're all right.
They're cool. I know they're not like as fast as an engine, but
they can still be pretty quick.
Oh yeah, they can. I'm just saying that they're not. I mean, they're really advanced. It's like I had a buddy. He had like a camera in there. You know what I'm saying? And then he was like, oh no, when he's like out, he's away from the car, and then when he goes back in his car, he can see like. He can see who was walking by it and what time they came around. Yeah,
there's cameras and stuff, and they catch a lot of people that like vandalize Teslas for some weird reason. I don't know why they're so threatened by them.
That is so crazy, but yeah, you got one more, Noah?
One more conspiracy?
Yeah.
Let's see.
We've been going for an hour.
Let's dig deep. I'm trying to think of one that I have not talked about.
You haven't talked about very many.
Not today, huh?
In the past, you haven't really. And if you do, I'll remember it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's see. And you're gonna have to do some editing on this part.
You're fine. I have one for you that you might know of. I brought it up a while back. Oh my gosh, but what was it called? What was it called, bro? It was a lot of these high leaders got together in the forest and they did like a ritual. They sacrificed somebody. Do you know what that one was called?
I'm not sure.
You don't know what that one? I don't either. Hopefully the next episode I'll bring that one. I'll do a lot of research on that one. But
okay.
Do you know any others?
Yeah, there's for sure some.
You can do it now. I believe in you.
Let's see. Let's refer to the notes real quick.
Go ahead, buddy.
Let's see what we got.
There's a bunch out there, man. There's just so many. I couldn't really like just go on the top of my head. You know what I'm saying? Good. And I still got to do a lot of my researches. That's why I'm saying I need a new computer so I can have more time for us.
No, you're good. You're good.
Because I got after you. I got 2 rappers. I got rappers, local rappers. I'll tell you about that, man. But yeah, we're gonna do this one first.
That's not the one. Oh, here we go.
He's got time. Let him.
Haven't been in here in a long time.
The time travel one we got real deep into that one. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
Next time we'll look into like the Loch Ness monster.
Oh shit.
I was gonna do that one, but I couldn't. Did you find one?
I might have one, but it's more of like this one kind of goes more into like alien abduction, but it does click with the conspiracy theory. Is that like people being kind of like you have an idea of what aliens look like and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So people are saying that they're abducted, but it comes from aliens in the White House and aliens making a deal with our government, the American government, to be able to abduct so many people and experiment on them and then return them. And like the aliens will give us technology. like microchips, and I think even like cell phone technology apparently came from aliens because the government made a deal with aliens. And people are always thinking it has so much weight to it because of like you go from like the 30s to the 50s to the 60s, and then there's like the huge jump in technology, and they're thinking that's why. And so one of them is a woman who was abducted and claims like that she really remembers it. Like she came to and she remembered the whole thing, and she remembered the aliens experimenting on her so much that she went on TV and was hypnotized, and he like was unlocking these memories for her, and she's like explaining it like it's happening again, but on TV. And nobody ever talks about that one, man, about this lady on TV that was hypnotized into unlocking the memories that she was, you know, like probed and stuff. And she goes into crazy detail what they look like, what they did to her. And then she talks about having like, I don't know, like a 6-inch needle stuck directly into her belly button. And they just stuck it like all the way in and kept going. And she's like screaming and crying, and she's going crazy on the TV, man. She's going nuts. And that it hurts, and she's telling them to stop, and they're like, it's a pregnancy test. And she's like, that's not a pregnancy test, you know, take it out. And that they don't heal her, but they like numb her pain by like holding their hands over her. And that one's, you can look it up on the internet right now and find that lady on TV being hypnotized to unlock her memories.
That's creepy. That's scary.
Yeah.
But there's more of that though. I know there is. I know I saw one. I don't know how true this one is, but it was a camera, like just a security camera. And then it was a dude just kind of walking, and then there was the flashing lights, just real light, bright, and then they just went back to normal, and the dude just got on his knees and started throwing up. And they were saying that they abducted him, did the thing with them, same thing what you're saying, and then he brought him back just real quick, and then that.
And so there's people that have like lost time, that like they'll be doing something, and then like they feel kind of funny, and they feel strange. They look at their time, and it's been hours. But they feel like it's just been like that, like a blink of an eye.
You know what we should do one day, Noah? We should just there's something like an alien thing somewhere around here, not in America somewhere. We should go to it.
Yeah,
I don't know. You know what I'm talking about? I don't know what it, we should. Do you know where it's at? I don't know where it's at, but I want to go.
Yeah, we can go to New Mexico.
Is that where it's at? Oh yeah, that's right. We can go to Roswell, and we just look up. There it is, guys.
We could, yeah.
We should one these days. Okay. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We're kind of had too much fun already. I don't want to go over 2 hours because I don't want to go over an hour and 30 because it's a lot of time.
No kidding.
Anyways, thank you guys so much, man. I really appreciate it, man. Noah, thank you for being here.
No doubt, man.
Yeah. We'll get together again here pretty soon.
For sure. But I'm definitely gonna give Jules a shout out, man. Shout out to Jules.
Shout out to Jules. Anyways, anything else you want to say to the audience, any of your friends and peers and anybody?
Don't think so, man. Shout out to Jules. Fuck Domingo. You know, same old.
Same old. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Links are in the description down below for Noah's Instagram. What do you want me to put on your? Do you want their Instagram? Do you want your? What do you want? Social medias?
None.
Okay. I won't leak anything, but
I really don't have any socials like that.
Oh, okay. Well, Noah, we'll just link in the description whatever I put in there. But anyways, Noah, thank you for being here. We'll bring you back. We're gonna have a lot more stories next time, and we'll have a lot more for you guys. Anyways, don't forget to follow the B-Right Show clips, and we'll post short videos of this podcast and other podcasts on there. But anyways, you guys have a good day. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time.